Hey, Spaz.
What?
I have one of the best stat lines in college football you will see this season.
Really?
Oh, it's going to blow your fucking mind.
All right.
All right, let's get the fuck into this. Welcome in, everyone.
Every week your team sucks. Every week we let you know we are here to make fun of you. The After Dark Show is upon you. The After Dark Show is upon you. Every week your team sucks. Every week we let you know we are here to make fun of you. Every week your team sucks.
God damn it.
You forgot the
Every
overlay.
week. Fuck. Hi, Spaz.
You're fired.
What is going on, everyone, and welcome into the After Dark Show now that the overlay is off. So, thank you for everyone for joining. We're here to talk college football of the weekend, and do hit that like button, and consider subscribing. It sounds like I've had a couple too many drinks. Not yet. Not yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. How's everyone doing tonight, though? Spaz, Sean?
Drinking out of a can.
Well, I'm poor. I had to pawn the mermaid cup, the seahorse cup, the mermaid cup. Fuck. All right, how are you guys doing tonight? God damn it! Put me on the spot like this.
Yeah.
Just here to laugh at everyone for their team sucking.
All right.
Yeah, you're just about the only one that doesn't right now.
Yeah.
So, Jason, Tree, CU, Troy, of course.
That's right.
You guys are cheaters over there playing Purdue. Whatever.
Yeah, you haven't had anybody like that this year, have you?
Well, we got a coach fired.
A
There's
couple of
that.
them.
Yeah, I was like, there is that. So that's not our fault, though. That's their fault.
Because their team sucks.
So, Spaz, I did say, and Sean, you can play this game too if you want. Mike Gundy.
James Franklin.
That's who.
Well, that was a little bit of a delayed response.
Well, so was Gundy until then he lost to Tulsa. So it's kind of like the same thing, though. It's like Tulsa and then UCLA, and both coaches get immediately fired afterwards. So it's kind of like a. Well, I'm sorry, Northwestern too. Yeah.
We didn't get their coach fired, did we?
No, North Carolina. No, we don't play
No.
North Carolina. Tree's Canadian. He doesn't know anyone else outside of Belichick. He didn't even spell it right. Belichick. All right, let's play this game. You see the stat line. Tell me who won the game.
Oh, no. James,
No, don't ruin it. You see the stat line. Tell me who won the game.
not Oregon State.
God damn it, Spaz. I said who won the game. You just say black color. Damn it, Spaz. Killing me.
Clearly,
As soon as you said that, I knew where you were going.
the scattered, whatever you call that, the unfilled line, because they only had one turnover to 3. Urban Meyer says that will determine who wins 90% of the time.
No, this is
Well,
the wildest fucking stat line.
They had like, 8 first downs to 28. Jesus.
You see that 8-28, and you're like, holy shit.
At 317 more yards.
Yes. You're like, holy fuck, there's no way.
Yeah.
But it's correct. Sam Houston State is not winless anymore.
Thanks to the Mighty Beavers.
Who went up 17-0. in this game also. 17-0, and then didn't score again. I'm sorry, Beavers. My God.
I've got to find a way to watch this game.
Oh, just you can Google it. There's like a 36-minute version of it. I watched it earlier. It's literally Phil Longo's first win as a head coach since 2005.
Wow.
They put out that stat line at the end of the game. I was like, holy fuck. He hasn't won as a head coach in 20 years until today. Or last night.
And you get out game.
Sorry, Beavers. Sorry. Damn, sorry.
And it's a game you get out game by 300 yards.
That's why I saw it this morning. I kind of forgot last night. I did dinner and I kind of was like, okay, well, I'll check on things in the morning. And then I saw the score and I'm like, really? Because the Oregon State also was a 20.5-point favorite at home in this game.
Yeah.
20.5-point favorite.
Just utter embarrassment.
Or 0-8. So it was like, I saw the score. I'm like, no way. I looked at the stats. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, what in the absolute hell am I looking at here?
Hookem, are you from my Twitter crew?
Oh, man.
Or is this a different Hookem?
That's just a brutal stat line, though.
That is just. I thought you were going to go with the your other rivals, their loss, the stat line in that game.
No, because I already called that to be a loss.
I don't know that.
On the team rivalry show on Wednesday night, I called Wisconsin to win that game. Actually,
but did you call for Wisconsin's punter to be the leading passer for the team in that game?
No,
their punter.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me pull up this stat. Let me pull up this stat line. Hold on.
This is nuts.
That was a snow game. It was actually snowing in that one.
Yeah, we got a good couple inches today. It's crazy.
Let me see here.
It's early for that shit.
Let's go. Box score. So Wisconsin.
Iowa wishes they had snow yesterday.
Oh my God, he's correct. He is correct.
Yeah.
Mr. Sean West, 1 of 1 for 24 yards. Everyone else combined had 24 yards.
They played 3 quarterbacks in this game.
Oh my God.
Was their punter.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. Okay, I got it.
That's
I do gotta share this. That is another wild line right there.
And they win. and shout out to all the Michigan slaps who are riding Carter Smith's meat for about 2 years until Bryce Underwood committed and he bounced, found a home at Wisconsin here. Carrying it up, going 3 of 12 for 8 yards.
What an abysmal game, but I watched this game too because while Spaz and I were doing our post game, I was like, and Washington just lost.
I couldn't believe it. I was just like, wow.
What an abysmal style. I mean, this is
Washington
God.
message boards today are going insane.
Hey, wouldn't you be? It would be justifiably. How do you lose to this team?
Yeah, they hadn't won a game and they hadn't scored a touchdown in a month.
Well, they did score against you.
Well, yeah. But, okay, 1 touchdown in a month.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 7 points. 7 points their last 3 games.
That's an abysmal stat though. Even for Wisconsin, that's like, wow. Why don't you just put your punter at quarterback then? I mean, God damn. He obviously has a little more sense. Jesus. That's abysmal.
Yeah.
Oh.
But, Wisconsin, bucking the trend of firing their coaches, gave Luke Fickell a vote of confidence in the week.
And we said before the season, their schedule this season was gonna be brutal.
Yeah, but I mean, some injuries at quarterback maybe mitigate, maybe understate this a little, but I mean, they were just non-competitive.
Hey,
Why
we
does
don't
it not
need
work?
this. We don't need this hate speech in here from this guy that bully balled and beat up on Mike Loxley. Fucking Shiano, fucking bully.
Oh, there's no link, he said.
Yeah, obviously.
The fuck?
Because you suck at sending information. I send out all the other stuff and do all the other work. I'm like, you can forward one link somewhere for me. That would help.
You can DM him, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
This is Spaz that we're talking about. So
Yeah. Yeah. All the great rivalries on this show: Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, Washington, Spaz versus the internet.
Yeah, Spaz versus the internet can be very tricky at times.
it's scary. It's scary. He's on the list and he didn't even know how he got on it. It just happened. You want another good stat line? It's not a crazy stat line by any means. So I don't want it to come off as some weird
God
stat line.
damn
like
it!
those. Can we give some applause? The Fighting Jim Morris are 7-3 after beating Duke yesterday.
Yep.
Let's go, UConn football's back, baby.
Yeah. Is Manny Diaz's star being dimmed for coaching prospects?
Yeah, Duke's 5-4 now. I thought they'd be a little better this year, but they're 5-4. It's UConn 7-3. I think Jim Morris head coaching status just went up a notch with a couple teams, probably.
Okay, Adam, it's set now.
He's done a bunch of good work there at UConn. And UConn was a dead fucking program when he took them. Absolutely dead.
So so something could happen here. If Jed Fish were, and that seems unlikely right now, but if he were to become the next coach at Florida, Jim Moore at Washington, that's like a perfect fit. That's Moore's dream job.
Well, and he's a West Coast guy, obviously. So yeah, I mean that'd be perfect for him. But I don't know. Penn State might start looking at Jim Mora.
He could return to his alma mater at UCLA.
Oh,
Where Morris went to Washington, I'm pretty sure.
he was coached.
Well,
He coached at UCLA.
He coached at UCLA.
Yeah, but he didn't. That's not where an alma mater is. Spaz.
Yeah, it's same thing in my book.
Spaz versus the language here too. Another
Spaz versus the Spaz versus the bong, and the bong is winning.
The bong always wins.
So we won't see Tony again for the rest of the night. He's gone. He's like, I'll be back. He'll forget where he is. It's like, what did I do something?
Do it this way, Tony. It's simpler.
We don't believe in this bullying, and I don't want to have this guest on stage because he promotes the bullying of other teams and poor innocent nice head coaches like Mike Loxley. But here he is. Hi.
I tell it like it is. I tell the truth, which is hard for most people. But I'm really concerned about the Ducks tonight. How are we feeling in Eugene after barely escaping the Hawkeyes on this rainy, dark night at Kinnick Stadium?
That's all you got to do, man.
I was like, did you not notice the title of the show? Just survive and advance. That's all you got to do at this point.
I should have
survive and advance.
Kudos to Oregon for that drive at the last drive. That throw by Dante Moore was absolutely fantastic. You got to give him credit. So Ducks are in it.
Sorry, Dave. Jesus.
And where's Jeffrey? Jeffrey, as far as you go, Jeffrey, you love Indiana so much, Jeffrey. But let me tell you something. Indiana was on the ropes yesterday, so don't be calling Cignetti's number. Just yet. There were some vulnerabilities yesterday that showed that Indiana may not be the number 2 team in the country.
It might be Texas A&M now.
A&M was impressive. I mean, that's 2 games now Indiana has had to literally escape from. But I mean, the point is, again, survive in advance, right? Survive in advance. That's all you got to do at this point in the game. So,
yeah, and I mean, you got to admit, Iowa's quality loss metric is pretty high right now. Nobody has 2 better losses than them this year.
And what are their total losses now? 3 losses are total of 10 points.
Something like that, yeah.
Oregon, Indiana, and Alabama.
Iowa State.
Or no, Iowa State. Sorry, Iowa State. Sorry, I got that. I don't know. So that was 3, 2 to Oregon, 5 to Indiana.
That doesn't look like such a good loss, though.
That one's not aging that well.
No.
I think we're okay. We're okay because we circled this game as going. It's going to be.
I'll say this though. I don't know that whole game. I never for a second thought Penn State was going to win that game.
Yesterday.
Just given the situation, the 2 teams, their histories, their makeup, I just knew somehow, some way, Indiana was going to put the drive together and Penn State was going to choke. I mean, it just felt inevitable.
Well, what an epic meltdown in the last 85 seconds to just piss that game away. What an epic meltdown.
Yeah. Yeah, that was gnarly.
You're talking about a group of guys that have it against guys that Penn State has been missing it, whatever it is, for a decade now.
Well, and this season definitely had died after the Oregon game. That was clear. That's not even in. You can't even deny that it died after that.
Well, that was another game too. It's I don't know exactly how, but Oregon's going to win this game. Penn State never wins in those spots. Really tight games against good teams.
The problem with Penn State against Oregon and every other team is James Franklin bet the farm on Drew Aller, and he totally misjudged Aller as a quality quarterback and the offense, and that's what killed Penn State. The reason they were close with Indiana yesterday is because they still have a lot of dudes on defense, but that was the problem with Penn State this year. And after Oregon, they lost it. But yesterday, I had the same feeling that Indiana was going to put together a drive. My question is, did Mendoza win the Heisman with that drive?
Ooh.
It's pretty close.
Even the announcer said that might have literally just put it in his back pocket, done, cool, because that is a Heisman moment to say game on the line and put it up just for. I know the receiver is the one who made the great catch, but the quarterback gets the credit for throwing the ball.
I mean, he was getting absolutely drilled. He threw basically right where it needed. I mean, under the most ridiculous pressure.
It was a desperation throw, but it was an amazing play at the same time. So even the announcers were like, "Holy shit!"
That was one of the best catches I've ever seen. And Mendoza had 3 throws under tremendous pressure. Charlie Becker was one of them, the tight end who caught the ball on the 8-yard line.
Yeah.
Then the last. How did this guy have the awareness to keep his right foot up and drag the left foot? That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Receivers, have you not noticed the receivers this year? This year, at least so far this year, I have noticed about 5 to 10 different catches where you're like, "What? How in the hell?"
Yeah.
Did they just do the guy even from Iowa yesterday? He toe tapped one foot in as he's catching the ball with his other leg, almost doing the splits 5 yards out of the 5 yards out of the field. They were like, "The hell did he do that?"
It's worth noting too. Indiana, the whole game, they were without their number one receiver. Elijah Surratt didn't suit up yesterday, so
Well, they had their other boy come up big who had never really done almost anything in his career. What was his name?
Charlie Becker.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
He doubled his receiving.
Yeah, he had
total.
basically the same amount of yards yesterday as he had in his entire career. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tony Barber is right that Indiana is like Oregon in 2001. They don't get the respect they deserve because they're new. But let me tell you, Indiana has such discipline. They're so well coached, and their defense is legit. I think for Indiana, they're either going to get blown out in the playoffs, or they're going to win a tight one against like an Ohio State, and they could win the whole thing. I tend to lean towards Indiana having a less than stellar game somewhere in the quarter or semifinals and getting knocked out, but they're legit.
Well,
I
I'll tell
think
you this.
Ohio State beats them in the Big Ten title game by 17.
I don't think they will because Ohio State has not looked as impressive as people think. I mean, they were up 17-14.
What more do they have to do?
Well, they were up 17-14 at the half against Penn State. They were up 27-3 over Purdue at the end of the third quarter, and against Ohio in the third quarter, they weren't running away with the game. So this Ohio State team needs to play a top team for me to be sold on them, and I just don't think they've done that yet.
We'll see in a couple weeks in Michigan.
Oh,
Stop the curse.
Bryce Underwood needs to develop. They can't score. Ohio State's going to win that game like 27-10.
They couldn't score last year either. They didn't have a quarterback last year, and they still won.
Well, after J.J. McCarthy, they had who they have last year. They had
Four different guys.
they had
Davis Warren.
Yeah, Davis Warren. I mean, Davis Warren wasn't horrible, but they also had our good friend Alex Orgy.
Orgy in the end zone. That didn't happen
Can't
that much.
throw anything. But I think that Ohio State, they're a great team, but I'm not going to be sold on them until they beat a great team. So if they dominate Indiana in the Big Ten championship, yeah, sure. But I'm not sold on them yet.
They have been absolutely dominant in all of these games. In every game, even that Penn State game, weird fumble at the end of the half.
I mean, sure, they beat Washington 24-6, I think. They were up 27-3 against Purdue. They won against Ohio 37-9. I did watch the games, and what I saw is a great team. But when I'm comparing Ohio State to like Indiana, Oregon, Texas A&M, I'm not ready to say that Ohio State is superior to those teams until they have one of those games on a Saturday night, like Texas A&M had against LSU a few weeks ago, like Iowa had against Oregon, like Penn State. Ohio State's got to play one of the big boys before I can say they're better than A&M, Indiana, and I don't see that yet.
Well, hardly anyone's played anybody. I mean, you could apply that to almost anybody except
I think that's one of the things we talked about with this ranking this year was that, like, now of course what matters is the playoff ranking, not the AP, et cetera, et cetera. You go to the AP today, who went down a spot and who went up a spot in the top 10? Oregon went down a spot for winning on the road against the top 20 team. Ole Miss went up a spot for beating the shit out of the Citadel at home.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is why I say the rankings are fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid. It's like, come on. Any team gets credit for going on the road and beating a ranked opponent. But you move up, you drop for that? Come on now. That's dumb in anyone's book. That's dumb.
I will say, though, that Julian Sand, I think, could be the best quarterback in the country. This guy is just unbelievable. And if he keeps playing like this, Ohio State's going to be tough to beat. But, again, let's have Ohio State play a top 5 or 10 team, before we make them champions.
Don't even bring up Texas. Don't even do it, Sean. Do not do it.
Texas.
Texas, what are they ranked? Like 12th right now?
What is
If
it?
it-
Yeah, I think 12th now. I think that's what they were ranked.
They've lost one other game. They're like 7-2.
This is a different Texas team, though, than it was at the beginning of the year. This Texas team is coming
Yeah,
together.
Ohio State's a better.
Out the Longhorns and Arch Manning. Arch Manning has finally put it together, it seems. So watch out. They could cause problems with that defense.
They can. They're a good team.
They could, yeah.
Oh, 10. Sorry, Jason. Texas 10. Sorry.
But Ohio State, if you're bringing up these scores, these margins, Ohio State plays at just an unbelievably slow pace. They only get a few they get like 2 or 3 less possessions than most teams do every single game. But their efficiency per drive, like the amount of times they score when they have the ball, it's super, super good. I mean, they've only punted, I believe, like 15 times the entire year. So because of the way they play, they don't put up these like ridiculous margins. They don't beat a whole lot of teams unless you're Grambling. They're not going to beat you like 70-0. But they're dominant on both sides of the ball right now, and they just take care of business every single week.
I will say that. I will say that you were saying efficiency. Efficiency is the key, and offensively, Ohio State's been very efficient. They've just done it in a different manner now this year.
Yes, totally. And yesterday, after giving up a late touchdown with all the backups in on defense, caused Ohio State to fail to cover the spread for the first time all season, unfortunately.
Oh. Man.
Ohio State has to play somebody before I'm going to say they're number one, but they're as good as any team in the country, certainly. You can't dispute that, in my opinion. But I'd like to see them play, a team in Texas. As far as Texas goes, Texas is a different team than they were. Indiana is incredibly resilient, and A&M, is simply dominating. And don't forget about Alabama. I mean, Alabama's defense, is very good. And Ty Simpson is a great quarterback. So, yeah, Ohio State I'd probably have at number one, but with caution.
It's fine. And rank them however you want. It's all fun right now. But I'll say if Indiana and Ohio State match up undefeated, because of the adjustments to the seeding this year, they'll probably both pretty much be locked in to a top 4 spot. So that they'll both be getting buys probably regardless.
Yeah, and Hookham is right about Ty Simpson was sleepwalking yesterday, missed a lot of passes. But I want to know from you guys, what do you think about your Ducks after that game yesterday? I mean, Kinnick Stadium is a tough place to play.
It's like this. I'll put it this way. Here's a fun fact I just came across. In 3 years, Oregon has lost 4 games. In 2 years in the Big Ten, they've lost 1. Their losses were to UW twice in 23, Ohio State last year, and Indiana this year. All those times, Ohio State and Indiana were ranked in the top 3. Oregon's only losses were to number 1 or number 2. They're now 15-1 in the Big Ten in 2 years. We have yet to lose a road game in the Big Ten. We've now won 9 straight road games, I believe it is. 11 straight road games. Is that Big Ten or is that's overall? But I think
that's overall since the last.
I think we won 8 or 9 Big Ten road games in a row. We've gone into every stadium in the Big Ten on the road and won.
You never lost a Big Ten road game, right?
No, we have not.
When was the last road you would have lost? I would have thought it'd be more along.
That was at
Washington in 23.
And at Rutgers.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that was 55-10. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Jason O has a great point here, and I've raised this point before where he says FSU has a bunch of good losses, really impressive losses, and they put them at 12. I tend to be of the same mindset where even if a team has 3 or 4 losses, if they are quality losses, I'm not beyond putting them in the top 12. I think we put too much emphasis on record and not enough emphasis on schedule strength.
Yeah.
Quality losses.
And yeah, Tony also is Tony's got a big key here. Is our key is going to be having a healthy Moore and Stewart. Well, we already know Stewart's coming back next week. That'll be announced Monday, pretty sure. And according to everybody, all my sources here, Decorian Moore might play next week and might not, but it's not a severe enough injury that probably won't keep him out beyond next week. We really may not need him next week, especially if Stewart comes back. But the USC game,
it's Minnesota.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? Minnesota.
But USC in 2 weeks, we will need him healthy, and yeah, we're gonna be just fine, especially if Lamar comes back as well. That'll help the run game. Gives us another body to throw in there.
Any word on Harkey? Because that's it for everyone who was watching that game. And like, man, that was a
Harkey could have played.
I know I'm saying, but we were without Harkey on the O line. We were without Decorian Moore. We were without Kenyon Sadiq, and then we lost Gary Bryant in the first quarter or second quarter. So there went 2 top. It's like so they were already like dwindling on people.
Yeah, we were running out of receivers. But as been said, we're learning to be a running team as well. Oregon used to be very one-dimensional, not anymore. There's 6 different backs that we can throw in at any given point in the game, and they can give us chunk yardage.
I think the key thing was that yesterday showed, because this is my final thought on the game, because again, this is the national show, is that everyone said, oh, the West Coast teams can't play Big Ten football. Well, Sean, Adam, you would agree that was about as Big Ten football as it gets.
Agreed.
You guys won by a safety. I mean, how much more?
It wasn't Iowa either. Yeah, it wasn't Iowa. It was Oregon that won by a safety.
Yeah.
Iowa is so tough to beat in Kinnick Stadium. But, when I think about Oregon.
4 losses in their last 7 years at Kinnick Stadium. 4.
That's right. And when I think about Oregon, aside from Indiana, I do not recall the last team that has beaten Oregon in Autzen Stadium, which says a lot about Indiana. I mean, that place is so tough to play. And I just don't remember. Who was the last team?
Washington. Dan Lanning's first year.
When Bo Nix got injured in the third quarter.
It was like by 3 points or something, like 3 or 4 points.
Okay. Oregon's going to beat USC, and I'm a USC fan, but Oregon's going to beat USC because USC is going to make too many mistakes. They're going to be competitive, but they're just going to shoot themselves in the foot. It's going to be like the Notre Dame game, if you ask me. I think Oregon ultimately pulls away.
We need to give you a shirt of many faces. You can just have Rutgers, Alabama, USC, every other team.
Yeah, I mean, Rutgers. I love the Rutgers show, but and I'm happy that Rutgers won yesterday. Great performance against Maryland, but I want to see more consistency with Rutgers. One win is great, but let's be competitive against Ohio State and maybe pull off an upset against Penn State to end the season on a positive note. It's too up and down for me with Rutgers, and so I celebrate the win, but I'm not celebrating it per se. It's like show me something more.
Yeah, that Oregon USC game is starting to look almost like a de facto play-in game.
Yeah,
for
USC.
Winner gets in, loser probably doesn't. That's why.
I think Oregon would still probably get in.
Maybe. I mean, that'd be close.
Yeah.
9-3, and their best win will be against Iowa. I don't know. That's
Oregon has one loss, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, that's right. Oh, they would have to be 10-2 still. That's right.
Yeah,
You
Jason.
guys are gonna hate this, but I have to give shout out. We have to give praise where praise is due. Can you all name the team that last year won 2 games and this year 5, 6, 7,
Navy.
7-2 this year, and their only losses are on the road to Wake Forest and Indiana.
Would it be Old Dominion maybe?
Ooh, no, but you're on the right path a little bit. Not quite in the right conference, I don't think, but you're on the right path. Are they in the same conference?
Merrimack?
They just joined the FBS, I believe it was last year.
Wait, what was the question again?
Who went 2-10
Oh, is it Kennesaw
last
State?
year
Oh,
in their first year in the
Kennesaw State.
FBS? Yep, and
Owls.
then they're 7-2 this year with the only loss to Indiana, Wake Forest, and that is right, Kennesaw State.
Really?
I believe they have.
State.
Kennesaw State?
Kennesaw State. Their only losses are on the road to Wake Forest and Indiana. And to
Oh,
Wake
wow.
Forest, they lost by 1 point.
10-9.
Oh.
That was on that opening Thursday
Yeah.
or Friday night.
Now they got
Yeah.
destroyed by Indiana. Not surprising. but-
Tony, Virginia would have worked till last night, till they choked.
Kennesaw's
Does it, I got a question for the panel. Does anybody want to win the ACC this year?
No.
No. Why? Why would they?
I have a wicked scenario where somehow the ACC just gets left out of the playoffs. Like somehow the American and the Mountain West both have teams that finish above them. I don't think that can happen, but
Who's at the top of the ACC? Is it Duke or is it Virginia?
ACC now? It
Yeah,
might
pull
be Duke.
pull up the ACC standings.
Let me see here. I got you.
What about Georgia Tech?
Yeah,
Haynes.
Georgia Tech only has one loss. They're probably in the number one. They're probably
Georgia Tech should be in good standing. You've got Georgia. It says overall, at least right now, standing Georgia Tech, Virginia, Pitt, SMU, Duke,
All are like
Louisville, Miami.
6-1, 5-1.
And Louisville took
whatever.
a shit. Louisville took a shit at home yesterday against Cal.
Terrible.
That
Yeah.
didn't help.
Cal's an academic school. I don't understand what's with this football team. That they keep beating. That they can beat a team like Louisville. Miller Moss should be ashamed.
It's that the Cal is that JPP Sapialaga. That kid JKS. He's playing
It's one of Cal's best teams, I think, in recent
Yeah.
years.
in a while.
He wasn't at Oregon long enough for us to even remember his initials. He was there for 2 weeks and left.
I think Clemson should be in
Julian
the
Sam.
Clemson should be in the ACC title game no matter what, because Clemson is one of the 2 best teams in the ACC. They have the best roster in the ACC. I don't care about how many games they lose. Put them in the ACC title game. They will win. Put them in the playoff.
They've lost like 3 games. 4 games.
More than that.
Clemson is 3-4 in the conference.
Yeah,
3
I
and
know.
4.
They're still better than any of those other teams. And I think that, you know what? If I was doing it, I'd say Clemson. No, I wouldn't do it. But look, Clemson is, in my view, one of the 2 best teams in the ACC. They have just had a horrible year.
Hold on. Is Clint talking shit in the chat right now?
Clint,
Yeah.
Clint, can you identify this? Can you identify these numbers on the screen before you? Can you identify these numbers?
Do they look familiar to you at all, Clint?
was that the 55-10 loss from Rutgers to no, Oregon had 725 yards. Sorry.
Yeah.
I won't do it to you,
Yes,
Clint.
Clint.
But, yeah. It's like, oh no.
That is the box score from your disasterdly dead Beavers.
I did congratulate Sam this morning though, because as an alum of Sam Houston, he was thrilled to know that they won, even though he doesn't remember they have a football team. So he was happy to.
He probably doesn't even care.
He doesn't. He was like, I don't care.
You know, one team that always kind of lurks in the background every year for a game is Austin. Is it Austin P? Is that what they call it?
Austin P.
Austin P, yeah.
They always seem to emerge for a game against some top 10 contender each year. Do they have a legit program, or are they just?
Where
They're up and they're not very good. No.
Not in general. No, they probably get that one or two here and there type of games, but Austin P hasn't been good in. Oh my God, how long?
Well, I know this is a college football show, but
Finally they got a win.
I'd like to have a moment of silence right now for
Hold on. Let me make a banner for you. I'll just put in memoriam with Spaz.
Bless you, my child.
All right, everyone, bow your heads for whatever is about to happen, because I'm not sure
What is it for? What's the moment of silence for?
Please give us a moment of silence for the career that is now coming to an end of one Aaron Pick Six Rodgers. The Steelers are getting absolutely destroyed by.
I just like how Sean turned
Joey
around
Harrington.
immediately like. "Did I miss
Well, it
something?"
was. I haven't been paying attention.
That's not Aaron Rodgers who's playing quarterback for the Steelers. It's actually an actor who goes by the name of Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, the real Aaron Rodgers is still on the Jets.
If you didn't notice, it's Aram Rodgers. Aram.
In the arms of an angel, Dave. That's funny.
Oh wait, he threw a touchdown. Oh,
What's the
shit.
score?
25-9 now.
How much left?
3.5.
Done. Finished. He's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he got sacked for a safety in this game.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
By the way, Hookem, you better tell those Texas Longhorns to get their baseball program, back, in shape, because every year they got an outstanding roster, but they're not performing to a high level. But I digress.
Oh man.
Tennessee's going to have an issue, man. They ain't got a coach now.
What happened to that? He got fired?
No, he went. Buster Posey snagged him for the Giants.
Oh.
So now the defending national championship head coach is in the pros.
Tennessee
First time ever a college coach has jumped to the pros in baseball.
Wow.
And they take the defending national champion.
Texas baseball back in the 90s had Cliff Gustafson as the head coach, and then they had Augie Garrido. And you want to talk about
Augie Garrido, yeah.
Oh, great. I mean, a legendary program with great coaches. But I think,
what are you talking about, Dave?
Our chat is stupid.
Hey, Jason knows a Rutgers expert. He knows Rutgers football. And I'm telling you, he's a great commentator. But I want to see Rutgers. Why am I talking about Rutgers right now anyway? I mean, but I'm going to that Penn State game. I'm going to be driving down to Piscataway. I'm going to sit there, and I'm going to hopefully see the biggest upset of the year, although it's unlikely. But my question for you guys is, in the playoffs, who do you think is going to be 1 and 2?
I think number one's probably just going to be whoever wins the Big Ten, and number two,
State, right?
And then probably the SEC champ, probably.
Probably. I mean, unless there's a situation where the SEC champ has 2 losses. Then
Yeah. Unless you get like a random three loss SEC champ who takes out the Aggies or something like that.
Yeah.
But even then, they should be. They should. It would probably be the way that it's stacked right now. They'd be pretty close to getting number 2.
Yeah.
be
Texas
pretty
A&M
close.
will be monster the last weekend. Probably. I don't think either one of them has too big of a test before their showdown Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, and Tony, Rutgers does not play in the same stadium as they did in 1869. They play at Shea Stadium in Piscataway. But the thing about Alabama is this. What I'm noticing from Alabama against South Carolina and LSU is that when defensive lines get pressure on Ty Simpson, he struggles a bit. And they only won 20-9 over a good team. And I think that could be a problematic against a team like Ohio State if their defensive line is as advertised.
I'm looking at the.
Aaron Rodgers just threw another touchdown, and they got the onside kick with 20 seconds left, and he threw a third touchdown. It's tied.
Yeah.
Wow. Right. Wow. No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, no. What the fuck you? I'm not even watching the game. I'm like, no, that's not. That's not going to happen.
I wanted to go nuts on Cignetti yesterday because when they scored that touchdown to go ahead, there were like maybe 40 so seconds left. They do a squib kick. I think it was Indiana who did a squib kick and gave the ball at like the 35-yard line. Was it Indiana or was it a different game? Whatever it was the dumbest decision that basically put them in a position to kick a game-time field goal. Like, why do you do that? What is with these squib kicks? What is the point of it?
That was a whole different game because that was not them. Because I think Indiana took control of that game and they had like 20 seconds left in the game or something like that. That was it.
Maybe 36. But once they got the ball, I thought on like the 35 because it was like a squib kick, like a kind of.
It was a Penn State game. Yeah, but they were. But I mean, the point is, Penn State hadn't done shit all game anyways, and they couldn't throw the ball. They were on the back of quarterback, so they knew they couldn't do anything.
Can somebody explain this to me?
No, probably not.
How do you get away with playing Charlotte, Samford, Eastern Illinois in week fucking 10?
The SEC.
Who is that? Georgia?
Georgia, Alabama, and Texas A&M.
Well, you also forgot Ole Miss and the Citadel.
Well, hey, at least that was week 7, not week 10.
No, that was yesterday.
Yeah. I'm talking in 2 weeks.
Oh, in 2
Right.
That's because it's before the rivalry game.
Spaz, I mean, this is like week 11 or whatever, I think.
This is actually week 11.
Yeah, but
Spaz, you're right.
Got 2 bye weeks. So,
the SEC always does that. Before a rivalry game, they will schedule like Mercer, for example.
Yeah, meanwhile, you got real teams like Oregon and Indiana and Michigan and Ohio. Well, Ohio State plays Rutgers. That's kind of like playing the Citadel.
Ha, 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 ha.
There's a little bit like that.
Low blow.
Totally violation, Spaz.
Jesus.
I feel unsafe.
Someone call HR.
No, please don't.
But that rivalry weekend, Georgia has to play at Georgia State.
Georgia's at Georgia State?
What? Yes.
Georgia State is not like
Georgia Tech, excuse me.
Oh, okay. I was like Georgia at Georgia State. I had to clarify this because I was like,
thank you. Yes.
What?
Georgia State actually is what I would call a very good bad team. Like they're not total pushovers. They'll give you a fight for maybe a quarter and a half or two.
I mean,
yeah.
Shout out. I mean, you've got Texas A&M in Texas. That game is in Austin. And then you've got Alabama and Auburn won a fantastic game yesterday.
No, they didn't.
They lost in overtime.
Yeah, they lost. They played a great game, but they lost.
Oh, that's right. They did choke away another victory.
That's why they're coachless.
I mean,
Diego Pavia.
Texas- yeah,
Diego
Texas
Pavia-
Tech and West Virginia. I mean, there's some good rivalry games that could be for some
Like Texas Tech and
potentials.
West Virginia, that classic rivalry.
So that is built in history and tradition of the Big 12 conference. Don't you fucking forget it and don't disrespect it.
The Big 12 has
Yes.
no class. Zero class. BYU is a disgrace. Texas Tech is for real, though. But liberals versus conservatives, that's Texas against Texas A&M. So
No,
there's
this is Texas Tech.
no, that was
Texas Tech is in the West, so they are not they're not like Austin. They're
no,
not
but
Portland.
when Texas plays A&M, it's going to be liberals versus conservatives, kind of like Catholics versus
No, because Sam goes to A&M and they are not conservative at all.
Oh,
Oh, it's a pretty conservative story.
They like their oil money. Both schools love their oil money though. But global warming, save the environment, but give us our oil money. Come on, donors, fund my NIL funds.
Texas A&M has more money than I think any other
Well, until they
Michigan.
paid Jimbo Fisher. That took a little hit out of that fund.
Yeah.
And when they wasted like $50 million in NIL funds for a bunch of guys that either never did anything or bounced to a different school in the year.
You know what a great rivalry is? The backyard brawl hit in West Virginia. I remember back in the 90s when Dave Wannstedt was on crutches, and West Virginia, all they had to do was win to get to the, I believe it was to get to the BCS, and they blew it.
That was 2007.
Oh yeah.
07? Okay, I was off.
Yeah, that was the mighty year of 2007, where it sucked to be anyone unless you were LSU, who had 3 losses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone else is sucked for.
Two lost national champion.
Oh,
Yes.
2 loss. I think they went to overtime 3 times. I think that's what.
USC would have beat them. USC was the better team that year. I think USC who'd USC beat? Michigan in the Rose Bowl, maybe? I don't know.
Illinois in the Rose Bowl that year.
Illinois. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, they USC, I forget who their losses were to that.
Probably Oregon State, because I think it was around.
I think it was Oregon State. Was that the Halloween?
2007 was Oregon State. It was
Yeah.
Was that the
Halloween.
Halloween game? Yeah,
It was a
game.
Halloween night.
Jacques
I
West-
was there. And I was one of the security guys there for Oregon State that year. And I remember that game vividly. It was foggy. You could barely see 5 feet in front of your face. And the USC marching band played for 45 minutes in front of their bus as they were leaving out in the parking lot. And we told them they had 5 minutes to stop their music, stuff their shit in their bus, and get on their bus, or we were leaving and we were going to let the mob of students behind us beat the shit out of them.
Yeah,
Basically.
I remember that. You guys had Oregon State had a running back. I think it was Quiz Rogers.
Jacquez
Yeah,
Rogers.
Jacquez Rogers. One
and
of the
James
Rogers.
Rogers.
Yeah, one
And
of
James
the
Rogers was the receiver.
Yeah, and they ran all over USC. And then I think that year in 07, I think that LSU lost in like double overtime. I think it was to Kentucky or Arkansas, and they still got in. It was
Yeah.
a good season.
Was it 2008, Tony? Tony's saying it was 2008.
2008 was, I know Oregon State did beat them in 2008.
I thought it was 7.
It was. I know they did it. It might have been 2007, but Oregon State. That when it was at Reeser, that was that in 08.
Yeah.
I remember that was a Thursday night game.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's find out real quickly because I don't remember this.
I remember that game.
They
It's off.
have
USC 2007. Who did they
They
lose
lost.
to?
2007 was the loss to the 30-point underdog Stanford with their
yes,
third string quarterback,
4th and 24. 4th and 24. Stanford converts.
and they lost to Oregon.
I think Stanford
That year.
lost to
Jim Harbaugh brought Stanford into the Coliseum, and on like 4th and 24, they converted, then they scored, and then Oregon State. You're right. In 08, Mark Sanchez was the quarterback.
That was
Yes.
that was a week and a half after they beat the living hell out of Ohio State in the Coliseum.
Ohio State didn't have its running back. Was it Beanie Wells or
Wells.
something?
Yeah, can you tell me of another person that's fallen from grace harder than Mark Sanchez?
Oh man! Oh god!
Carroll told him. He said to Sanchez,
How do you go out drinking and get left behind?
Hey, wait! It wasn't just drinking, okay?
That guy
it
was.
was self-defense.
What has he been up to left lately?
He had to defend himself against the delivery driver, the Uber Eats.
He's
guy
trying.
or whatever.
It was like a box truck that he was trying to steal.
He ordered McDonald's and he got Burger King. Of course he was upset.
I mean,
Jesus.
who the hell leaves somebody for that?
That was weird. Very.
And who the hell let him even think about driving? What a doorknob.
They probably saw there was Mark Sanchez, and they're like, "Yeah, you do whatever the fuck you want, I guess." I mean, you go from college quarterback, basically pro, like legendary college quarterback.
Nut fumble.
You get in the NFL, then it doesn't go well because you're at the Jets, and the Jets just fucks everyone up anyways. Then you have the butt fumble. Then you land in a sweet gig though. You're good at fucking announcer. You're making all this money, and then there you go. There you go.
Yep. And then he ordered a 10-piece and only got 9.
He ordered the barbecue.
Kill this son of a bitch.
Sour.
Yeah, I was talking about that with somebody earlier today. I mean, what a fall from grace. And now Drew Brees goes from hanging out with all the guys on NBC to, yeah, fuck you guys. I'm going to go do my own gig over here at Fox.
Dude, when I lived in New Orleans for 4 years, like that was like 2007 to 11. Drew Brees lived right in the uptown area of New Orleans. People saw him all the time. If you saw this guy, you would think he's just an average guy. He's like 5'11", 6 foot. Not incredibly.
I thought he was 5'10".
Maybe, but you would think, hey, he just has a job in the city doing something. You wouldn't think he's a pro quarterback. His accuracy and arm was unbelievable.
Yep.
What's so funny?
One will get convicted probably of a charge though. The other didn't. That's
Yeah.
Well, one of them he
Drew
did.
Brees do.
OJ did get convicted eventually.
Well, but other things.
Yeah, OJ was convicted of robbery, but not what he actually did.
Of stealing his own memorabilia back, wasn't it?
How much?
He
Yes.
broke in and stole his own shit back.
He was stealing his own memorabilia back that he had to give up for the civil suit to begin
And
with.
then he got parole violation again or some shit like that. It was like something really stupid.
I maintain to this day that OJ had an accomplice at the murder scene of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman.
He did. It was called his hand, the glove, and the knife. Allegedly. OJ's dead. He can't sue me. Who cares?
Who's the accomplice?
The Bronco.
So OJ actually wrote a book that it was like called "If I Did It" or something, and he did an interview actually, and you can find it on YouTube, in which he hypothetically confesses to the crime. And he said,
I remember that.
yeah, and he says he had an accomplice called Charlie. I think that was obviously he was covering for the person who, but based on the evidence, there's enough evidence to suggest there was a second person there. But
yeah, it was Ron Coleman.
Oh, yeah. Poor Ron Goldman, the saddest thing in the world. He literally
What
was
the fuck?
in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he fought back valiantly against OJ, but OJ lost his cool. And but when I think about like the DNA evidence, there was like evidence, and there was another shoe print that didn't match OJ. I think there may have been a second accomplice, but I think OJ was the principal guy who did the murders.
Yeah, it's called you put on a shoe bigger than your own so it doesn't match yours. Just like, what is it? What was it? If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Like,
If it doesn't fit, you must quit.
yeah.
If I can't have you, no one else can. I'm gonna do that next. If my girlfriend, I'm gonna spray paint in like purple on our garage. If I can have you, no one else will. I want to see what happens.
Oh, I was like, whoa, what happened?
Tony is right about that. There's a backstory to the OJ thing, and it had to do with a lot of like cocaine and money that was costing OJ. There is a backstory that, and I don't mean to criticize anybody who's passed away, but he was, there was a lifestyle there that was costing him thousands of dollars that involved cocaine and a lot of seedy characters, including Paul Barbieri. But I digress.
All right. Well, we went down that. I mean, it's football related, so at the same time, we're still on topic here.
Yeah.
Very much so.
What was it, Marcus Allen?
Marcus Allen allegedly, and it's somewhat credible, had an affair with Nicole Brown, but OJ was not very bothered by that fact, so there wasn't really much to that. But what the issue was that she was involved with a lot of drugs. It was costing him thousands of dollars. He was also mad about the fact that she was engaging in sexual relations at her condo when her children were there, and that infuriated him. If you listen to the 911 call that's on YouTube, that's precisely what it's about. So that, of course, doesn't justify what he did, but there was a lot of tension there that boiled up over the years. And Thomas here was right that there's a documentary that OJ's son did it.
Jason, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's William Deere was the detective that promoted that theory. But I'm not so sure I buy that because the DNA evidence against OJ, especially in his Bronco and his house, was so strong.
Yeah, but I mean, the DNA evidence can be there, but that doesn't mean that somebody didn't help.
Yeah, I mean, and Cochran argued that they planted the DNA, but I didn't find that convincing because the blood in his car that matched Goldman and Nicole was quite compelling. Quite compelling, as they say. And then OJ literally, and there wasn't testimony about this, but there were reports about this. When he went to LA airport and got on the plane, he was literally signing autographs in first class, and the captain went up to him for his autograph and said he was cool and calm as could be. And I think that kind of goes to the fact that OJ was probably a really, really big narcissist.
Sociopath.
Yeah.
That's what you can do when when you have like borderline personality disorder. You can disassociate your horrible acts.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I was going to school at USC at that time, and my girlfriend at the time and I was a sophomore, and we went to Bundy Drive to see the crime scene, and it was creepy as hell. Like the way that it was like covered by all these trees and like so dark in there. You got to feel for those who died there, Nicole and Ron. It's just a horrible death.
Yeah. So, was there any games yesterday, guys, that you guys were really tuned in on that were shocking or anything? There wasn't no real upsets, I don't think, really.
Yeah, none that actually came through. Florida State and Clemson. I was following it. I think Clemson won, but I didn't catch the final. There, I mean,
I think they won by 11 or 12.
yeah. God, what a talk about fall. That game was just a footnote yesterday. When I mean, at the beginning of the season, thought that might be a circle the calendar game. Both of them clearly out of playoff contention right now.
Yeah.
Norvell might be coaching for his job. Clemson struggling to make a bowl game. Don't know if they will or not. So
Wake Forest beats Virginia on the
Yeah,
road.
that
That
was
was a
a-
little bit of a shock.
that was it. That was
Yeah.
a big, yeah, that was a I caught the end. Caught the
Holy
last,
shit! North Carolina's won two in a row. Bill Belichick.
It's getting going, man. The dynasty starts.
Let me tell you, I'm a little bit. See, I've been skeptical of Vanderbilt, and then they win in overtime at home against Auburn. I'm not sold on Vanderbilt. They keep having
No.
close wins, but no.
I mean,
Not-
they're not an championship type of team, but I mean, this is a massive improvement from their normal.
Yeah.
record.
Purdue covered the spread.
Yep, that's what I said. The first time all year. Last Julian Sand throwing a pick in the end zone, and Purdue scoring on Ohio State's backups at the end of the game.
Actually, I think the game that kind of shocked me was BYU and Texas Tech. I
Yeah.
figured Texas Tech would win that game, but I did not see 29-7.
Yeah, it was
Total
it was
domination.
I mean, just physically. I mean, Texas Tech physically up front, especially on their defensive line, they're just in a different class than the rest of that league. They're the one team that I think physically looks like a top flight Big Ten or SEC program in the Big 12.
Yeah.
You're just a different class up front.
And Jason O says UNC is scratching a clear. Yeah, UNC is probably going to get into the pinstripe or equivalent bowl. I don't know what to make of Belichick. I mean, he is a great coach. I mean, if you give him a few years at UNC and he gets the right recruits, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he can get into the Pop-Tart Bowl and get spanked by a blueberry. The blueberry Pop-Tart.
So my question for the panel, my
Mm-hmm.
question for the panel and those in chat is, how much longer does Primetime survive in Colorado?
I have a feeling he's going to medically retire at the end of the season. That's just my guess. I don't think Colorado really is in any hurry to get rid of him. I mean, given what they did when he came in and now he's done for the university, for the program since he's come in, I don't think they're looking to get rid of him. But I definitely kind of see maybe a discussion being had. I don't know if his heart's fully in it, and I mean, yeah, they're struggling big time right now. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think Prime is came to Colorado with big hopes and aspirations and realizes Colorado's not going to really get where he wants it to be. I think he's going to leave on his own accord. I don't think they'll fire him. What is Colorado's record?
3-7.
Ouch. But they beat TCU 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They almost beat BYU this year. Yeah.
I remember Colorado back in the early 90s. Didn't they have a great team with Eric Bieniemy and
Yeah.
They had Rashawn Salam won a Heisman Trophy for them.
yes, yeah.
Cordell Stewart, Michael Westbrook had some defensive guys like Chad Brown. Yeah, they had a real strong team there for a little bit.
Rocket
And
the
then-
Heisman Ishmael.
And,
Was that really a clip? I don't know.
he played for Rocket Ishmael played for Notre Dame, but he did have that big return in the bowl game against Colorado. And yeah, I had a couple good years in the early 2000s too. And they got real bad for a really long time.
Yeah. And Jason O says he can't build CU up without recruiting. That's absolutely right. I mean, look, when you're at a place like Colorado and competing with, the Michigans, Ohio States, Alabamas, it's really tough to get the kind of recruits you need. And the only thing that's going to solve it is if they buy players with a robust NIL. And I just don't think that they have the money or they have the desire to do that. I mean,
I don't know that there's enough.
Yeah, that used to be a great rivalry week game as well. Nebraska and Colorado, yeah.
See, I think Colorado does have the NIL now with the support with what Deion's done. But I think what we've seen now in the last year, especially this season, now we're seeing a lot of teams kind of balance out a little bit with NIL. That's why you're seeing for the most part, a lot of these closer games between a lot of teams. I think you're starting to see the balance hit. But that's what Colorado hasn't done, is then bring in the recruits and build them up for a couple years.
yeah. And let me tell you, the team that never won a national title that I thought was one of the best teams ever was Turner Gill and Mike Rozier at Nebraska. I think it was 84 when they lost to Miami. Unbelievable team.
Spaz starts fucking around with screens. I can fuck around with them too.
You're being mean to Spaz.
Is that elder abuse?
Yeah, it could be.
He's not old enough yet.
I mean, we got Guido the Mafia guy.
I hope you're referring to me. That's a compliment. I just had some linguine with clam sauce. It was delicious. And my
Ron
mom,
Gold
"Stop
Digger
eating
up
too many
here.
carbs. You'll get diabetes." I said,
I'm completely in the dark as to what my moniker means, and I'm going to keep it that way.
You're a gold digger, apparently.
No. You have kind of like the
And then we got Bendo the drag queen.
this is a compliment.
That's
I'm
Quen.
not a gold
You
digger.
misspelt it.
I could see you as pesto. Tony is delicious. Totally. I could see you kind of like as the leader of a cult, but a really cool cult. Doesn't he have that kind of vibe? Like people would listen to him and follow him.
Do you put Prime, as like your team GM, where he goes out and recruits and gets nil,
No.
and shit, and then let somebody else coach?
Nope.
Like what's the big guy he brought in? Warren Sapp. Can Warren Sapp coach?
No.
I think he's only ever coached D-line for a terrible Colorado team. I don't think he has a resume to take over a Power Four.
Prime is never going to want to put in the hours and the time to be recruiting. He wants to be the guy who's above the fray, calling the shots, but not doing too much.
I don't know. I just think there's going to be probably a break from them after, yeah. But
Yeah, he's had a couple 3 surgeries, and yeah, he's
yeah,
not healthy.
But
no.
we do got to talk about Dan Lanning. I mean, Dan Lanning, he's really much in demand. Will he stay with the Ducks?
He ain't going
Well,
anywhere.
Where would he go? What's really an upgrade?
He's one of the top 5 or 6 highest paid coaches in college football right now.
Florida.
He's not going anywhere. He's made it abundantly clear 1,000 times over that he ain't going anywhere, has no desire go anywhere. He ain't going anywhere.
You're probably
He promised his wife and his kids that they weren't going to leave anywhere as long as he could
Till the
stay there
kids
and be
were-
happy.
At least until the kids are done with school.
Why would you leave Oregon? You mean, what a great place to be.
Yeah, right now you're the kingpin.
Yeah, again, you can go say, well, Florida, yeah, Florida though, it's Florida or LSU, but it's like, yeah, okay, go there, and it might take you 3 years to build it up, and guess what? If it's still not where they want it to be, they just fire you.
I mean, Oregon is great. Oregon is out recruiting USC in California, including in Southern California.
Yeah,
I mean, and they're getting in on recruiting battles for big time players in Michigan and Ohio. I mean, like they're getting guys from
Yeah.
there.
I mean, yeah,
Or
they're pulling top guys out of like even Maryland and stuff like that, all over the place. They can get like they can reach out and get anyone that they really.
that is
want.
where Dan Lanning will be in the end, if anywhere. When Andy Reid hangs up in Kansas City, then Dan Lanning might move. Until then, that's the only move up for him.
I'm gonna tell you the best thing that happened to Oregon, man, in the last few years is they got a defense, and you know if they're firing on all cylinders, they're going to be tough to beat.
I don't know if their defense is champion. I mean, it is better than it was, but I still don't think it's quite like championship level. I think that's the part of their game that needs to. They need to jump another level defensively. I think.
It's
Yeah.
pretty close. It's pretty close.
Troy 5 says Len Wilkins died. I'm very ignorant. Who
Yeah.
is Wilkins?
Lenny Wilkins, the basketball.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Rest in
The
peace.
player. He had to have been quite old, right? I mean, he was
let's
a very
see.
old guy when I was really young. So, or I thought he was very old then.
Who was the
He's been
Cow-
for a long time.
Who's the guy in the Cowboys who just died? He was 24.
They're one of
Marshawn
yeah.
Nealon.
their DNs or
Marshawn.
D linemen, wasn't it?
Marshawn Nealon.
He's he. I mean, he grew up. I mean, like right. He's a local guy from Grand Rapids here. He went to Godwin Heights High School. Played at Western Michigan.
Wow.
Just yeah, very very sad to see that happen. He was he had a chance to leave. He turned down a whole lot of NIL offers, transfer portal inducements to stay at Western his senior year.
Huh.
Paid off, got drafted in the second round. Was that night they played Monday night and he scored a touchdown on a blocked punt. And then Thursday he takes his own life, and in a very, very very bizarre, sad situation. It's really
Horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
I saw Len Wilkins, and the name Len reminded me of someone from the early 90s, maybe late 80s. You guys remember Len Bias,
Yeah.
football player?
I mean, I don't remember. That was before I was alive, but
Lucky you.
yeah, he got
Drafted and then overdoses.
on
Celtics.
cocaine that night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On draft night.
Allegedly, he had never used cocaine before that night ever.
Yeah.
And then
Celtics, I think. Oh,
Yep.
Jordan, right.
I think he was the second pick in the draft, second or third,
Could
something
be.
like that.
Yeah, it was, and he died. Like he did coke, and
Yeah.
it's funny because I've known people have done coke and never overdosed, and it's like this guy does it once and dies.
Right?
Yeah,
Probably just a reaction.
Meanwhile, I've done lines like this in the past.
I was gonna say it was probably some reaction that he didn't know he was had an allergy or something to, or would have like a heart issue with or something like that. It wasn't like the drug itself, but
And Jason
Yeah,
knows.
it's pretty hard to overdose on anything, like lethally overdose on anything the first time you do it. I mean, that would take some sort of pain tolerance to get to that level.
if it was the 80s,
Remember that guy named Bo? I think it was Bo Kimball or something. I think he may have been drafted by the Knicks. Died on the court. Maybe Loyola.
Get off.
Marymount.
Yeah.
Well, they're-
Come on.
Drugs, look out, drug train coming through. Who wants some drugs?
that wasn't me.
The word drugs was mentioned, so
I know, but that's the other show. No, we gotta separate the shows and the channels. Different
Yeah.
shows, different channels. We gotta separate this stuff. I'm gonna delete all these so you can't touch them.
Jason O says they still sell Len Bias's jersey at Maryland. You know, my dad, when I was only about 12 at the time, like he used that example to tell me never to do drugs like 50 times. He's like, remember Len Bias? I'm like, I promise I'll never do drugs as a result. And Bo Kimball died on the court. I think it was Loyola Marymount. It was Jeff.
yeah.
Hank Gathers was the one that died while he was at.
Oh, wait. I think you're right. I think it was Hank Gathers who died, and Bo Kimball was like his best friend. I think I got it wrong. So thank you
Well,
for
and,
correcting me.
and remember, Clinton never inhaled.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
Oh,
going
did
to.
you
I'm not
guys
going
hear
to.
the? Did you guys hear the new one?
no.
The new one was.
Chelsea Clinton has sued Monica Lewinsky.
Has what?
Ooh.
She sued Monica Lewinsky
For what?
for letting her brother have sex.
She did?
Yeah.
Chelsea Clinton doesn't have a brother that I'm aware of.
Well, hey, you never know these days, you know.
Her brother Bill.
She probably does.
One who
She
did
probably
not-
has several brothers.
Her brother Bill.
Hank
brother
died with
Bill.
a bad heart. That's right, Dave. You're right. It was Bo Kimball was his friend. I was wrong about that. Bo Kimball survived and played for the Knicks, but Hank was his best friend, and he died because of a bad heart on the court at Loyola Marymount. Am I the only one who didn't care about the Lewinsky thing? Like, I didn't care. They made such a big deal about it, but it's like, you know what? Whatever's going on in your marriage, man, that's your business. But I care if you're a good president. I don't care about this story. Am I the only one who thought that way? Or
No, I think that's why he didn't get kicked out.
yeah,
Well, I mean, Clinton's approval ratings remain like really high.
yeah,
throughout that whole-
they did.
His approval. I think
Oh
he was
yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Troy.
like some percent approval rating or something after all of that. So
Yeah.
Is this what the show has become? Is
Poor
this-
Monica Lewinsky. Think about it. She's 24 years old and a White House intern, and the entire world is like hounding her. And what a miserable existence. I feel bad for her in that regard.
Well, at least one Clinton had a high approval rating. The other didn't.
Hillary wasn't likable. Bill was likable.
yes,
Who is
Bill,
Chris?
Bill could charm the skin off a snake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
Everyone's like, yes, you did, but whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt.
Now, there you go, Troy. Troy's back on topic. Spaz is just clicking shit now. What do we got?
We already went through all the games. You were off fucking.
You didn't go through all the
Stroking your
games.
shit,
No
so
way
we
you
went.
went through all the games.
Oh yeah. We were breaking down the Akron
We
email.
covered it.
While
Oh,
you're gone.
what a game! Akron, UMass, and Miami, Ohio versus Ohio Bobcats. What a game! What games?
Really?
I don't know. I didn't watch them. I forgot they were on, even though I brought them up last week.
Akron beat the absolute crap out of UMass.
Yeah. Rutgers defensive coordinator, Joe Harismiak left Rutgers to go be the head coach of UMass. And when he did that, I was thinking, you know what? Maybe you have aspirations to be a head coach, and that's great, but you're going to a program that's not going to be successful. I'm not sure what the reasoning was behind that. But, by the way, I think we should talk about the government shutdown. I'm going to tell you why.
I think that's probably they just came to a resolution. I think that's going to be opened up here in a couple of days.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Because
they did.
I've been trying to fly out of Newark to Atlanta, for the last 3 or 4 days, and my flight keeps getting canceled.
You know, there are things called cars.
That's 16-hour drive though.
So we'll suck it the fuck up then.
I can't drive that long. I'll have to stop. I mean, I've done it.
Sleep on the car on the side of the road like a bum.
No, I check into some cheesy hotel in somewhere in North Carolina.
Ooh, you need to find the Oyo minimum, the not the premiums, but the basic Oyo hotels in the middle of nowhere. Stay there for one night, and you will sleep in your car forever after that.
Well, I look for hotels that say casino.
Oil hotels?
Yeah, Oyo, OYO.
I've never heard of it. I'll check it out.
If you find the basic ones in the middle of nowhere. I stayed one in Mississippi, and me and Sam were like, don't touch anything. Don't even take a shower after we're done with this. Just get back in the car and use baby wipes. It's cleaner.
You know, in 2020, when I drove from Jersey to Georgia to start my job in Milledgeville, Georgia, I was in a van with New Jersey plates. When I got into Georgia, I got pulled over by 2 cop cars. They thought I was transporting drugs. They had all these boxes in my cars, and they brought out these drug-sniffing dogs, and they literally ripped the hell out of my new suit in the car. And I was just like, I was standing on the highway. I was thinking, I really don't have any drugs in the car, and they just told me to shut the F up, and the dogs came in. So when they came out and they were like, all right, everything's clean, I tried to pet one of the dogs because they were really cute, and they were sitting there, and one of them lunged at me, and the officers were like, are you crazy? Are you nuts? I'm like, well, they're cute little dogs and everything. That's my experience with the police.
That's why the airport dogs say, do not pet, do not feed, do not touch, on their vests. Don't fuck with these dogs.
Yeah, my parents were like, are you stupid? I'm like, no, I guess so.
I was wondering that when you said it. Yeah. This dog was trying to fucking ruin your life a second ago. It probably just ripped apart your suit. Oh, good boy. Yeah,
Jason, I was wondering the same thing. Yeah, they said I was driving a van with New Jersey license plates and all these cardboard boxes in my car. And they said, this is a route that is known for transporting interstate drugs. And they started questioning me. I'm like, I don't have any drugs in the car. And then they made me wait there for 20 minutes while they brought another cop car, a van with these drug sniffing dogs. And I was thinking, you know what? This is kind of a Fourth Amendment issue, but since I had nothing to hide, I just let it go. But it was kind of scary.
Yeah, if you would have contested them on that, I don't know if they would have proceeded. Would be like, hey man, do you have a warrant or not?
I would. You know what they would have done? They would have
How could they even get a warrant for you at that point? A guy is driving a van and has a New Jersey license plate. Yeah, that's enough for probable cause.
You don't need to have a warrant. You don't need a warrant if the guy submits to it and the dog just walks around the vehicle.
Well, you don't need a warrant if you consent to it, and you're not supposed to consent. I mean, but I consented only because if I didn't consent, I was thinking they were going to impound my car, make me go through 2 or 3 hours of nonsense. I'm like, I got nothing to hide, so just fine, do it.
Well, and again, they could have left you sitting in the car and said we're going to run a dog around the outside, and that's actually totally legal.
Yeah, they didn't do that.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, they wouldn't find anything, but say, hey, there's absolutely nothing here, but I'm not letting you fucking get rifled through my personal property.
Yeah, it was like 11:30 at night too, and like right when they came to my door, like get out of the car. I'm like, you say, where are you coming from? I'm like, New Jersey. Like, yeah, we see your New Jersey plates. What's all these cardboard boxes? And like, you realize this is a route for interstate drug trafficking. And I'm like, whatever. I don't have any drug. I was as nice as I could be. And they said, all right, well, we want to bring we're going to bring another officer here with our drug, whatever, dogs. Would you consent to that? And I said, well, if I don't consent, you're going to probably impound my car and make my life a living hell right now. So, yeah, I'll consent to it. But, like, I mean, my whole suit was ruined. And I was just thinking, like, dude, what cause did you have to pull me over? Zero, nothing. But when you're in the South, it's 11:30 at night, and you got the local Macon PD there. I was just thinking, get it over with as soon as you can.
Adam, the key thing to remember when you're driving it late at night on a route that's known for drug trafficking, if they don't pull you over for anything, it's because they saw you tossing the little white baggies out the window. They just couldn't find them afterwards.
Oh, really? Yeah. I didn't do that. But I was tired, and they mentioned that. Like, you look tired. You've been drinking, haven't you? We could smell the alcohol. Like, no, I haven't been drinking. And I'm like, I want to go back to the North now. I don't want to be in the South anymore. Because I thought I was going to be like, I thought.
So you went
back to Jersey? Fuck me.
No, I didn't go back to Jersey. I continued onto Milledgeville. But
you haven't been able to get back all week?
I would have been if I want, but I was driving down to Georgia to my job. And, like, I had to start my job in, like, 3 days.
No, but I mean recently. You haven't been able to get back all week?
Oh, no. My flight keeps getting canceled. Delta has, like, canceled, like, 10% of their flights. And they guaranteed me by Tuesday. But I'm like, yeah, you guarantee me by Tuesday. But each day it's like.
Supposed to be in court on Monday, you dumbasses.
I know. I was like, he can't get back because of the damn ankle monitor he has for house arrest.
No, I have a chip. That isn't canceled.
They just went straight in like.
I just finished in court,
What was
Spaz.
that?
I finished a trial in court, a wrongful death case. It was 3 weeks. I'm done with trials for a while.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Did it go in your favor?
It's settled right before closing arguments. Yes.
It did settle right on.
Yeah. I went down to Georgia looking for a soul to steal. What's wrong with that, Troy? I keep calling him Troy 5 because I interpret the V as a Roman numeral. It just occurred to me maybe it's just to be V.
That's why Adam's a lawyer and smarter than we are. Because I was always just like Troy.
I'm
V,
not
and he's
smarter
like,
than you.
5.
I'm not smarter than you are, but I'm aging pretty quickly. Practicing law.
Wait. We cannot have this competition over here of someone else eating on stream and not Spaz. We can't have this. This is We cannot allow this.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
Adam, since you
I was trying to soldier.
We
Right?
settled. We settled because I thought we had the jury, and my mother was my client because this involved a wrongful death case involving my younger brother who passed away, and
Sorry.
it was very tough to get my mother to settle. But I told her it's a good settlement, and if we gamble on the jury and the jury comes back,
differently, you
We're
got
gonna-
nothing.
yeah, bingo.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going after hospitals and shit. Those are really hard to. If you got a good settlement offer. I just watched a series on that called The Rainmaker on USA.
Yep, it was similar to that. Very similar.
Very similar. Yeah. Yeah. And they ended up settling in the end.
Yep.
Right before the jury. They were like, no, take the deal. Take the deal. Let's just take it.
Yeah. Anytime anyone would say if you get a good settlement you feel comfortable with that you would like, no matter what, if you're a legal mind, whatever, if you're like, you know what, that's better than risking it all. Take the deal. I mean, as long as you're not getting screwed, because insurance companies, especially with like hospitals or insurance companies, will try to screw you and be like, "We'll give you $30,000," and they're like, "We should be getting like $500,000." Like, what do you know? Then there's a difference. But if you're getting like a nice, you feel good. Like, okay, seems reasonable. It covers everything and extra and all the loss of weight. You know, kind of like the potential loss of revenue type of things or income that maybe could have been substantiated from things. Then you go, yeah, we'll take the settlement. That's fine. Cool.
And that's exactly what it's settled around for. And for the first time in my life, I hired a trial consultant, like someone who just sits there with you and gives their advice on how they think things are going. And when my mother wouldn't settle because she wanted it to go to a jury trial, and she said, I don't care if we lose. I want a jury to decide it. Then the judge came in the jury room. The jury was excused. And he talked to her, and I said, if the jury comes back and it's negative, we're never going to. And we finally got it settled. Then we had a party. And now I can resume normal life again because, man, doing a trial is absolutely fucking brutal.
Yeah. Watching that Rainmaker show was like, damn, yeah. It really gives you the insight on suing somebody, and especially like a big corporation. It really shows you the stress and the amount of headache that goes into something like that.
I will tell you, the closest I've ever been to even been in a trial, thank God, as a guy that studied forensic psychology, I will never step foot in a courtroom because I refuse to obviously get that far into it. The closest I stepped into a trial was I was called for jury duty once in my life. Only once, somehow, only once. I went they put us in like 3 groups or something like that. Like out of the like 100 people that were there, 3 groups. They called the first group. Then they were like, second group, hold on for a second. 30 minutes later, they came back and go, never mind, you're not needed, you can go home. I was like, yes, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I would have struck you
fuck out of that bitch.
I would have used one of my peremptory strikes against you, and I'll tell you why. Because you seem extremely analytical, and we don't want, like, a lot of attorneys don't want extremely analytical people on the jury because they're so incredibly unpredictable. You want to try to get juries who are sympathetic to you. So in my case, you want teachers, social workers, people who.
Well, no, I would just be like this. They'd be like, do you have anything that we should know about you that would be, negative about the case? I'd be like, yeah, I'm racist as fuck. Or something. I would just put out some random nonsense to just get kicked out of the jury pool.
Yeah, you'll get kicked out immediately. I mean, I'll tell you what the biggest injustice is, and here's the truth of the matter, is how expensive it is to try to get justice from a corporation or a major or a hospital or something like that. They have all the resources in the world, but you got to spend hundreds of thousands even getting to the point where you might get to court. And that first of all, can leave you broke. And it leaves millions and millions of people without any access to justice because they don't have the money to afford that. And it's really I gambled all of my money on this. And like that's
and the cost of litigation can be so prohibitive. It can almost be a weapon. Like you sue somebody on just frivolous, complete garbage grounds. But if you have way more resources than them, like it doesn't matter.
Or they just go into it. You just go into full appeals, and then they just have to keep paying out the ass to fucking fight the appeals and stuff like that. And it's like,
you win a $20 million judgment from somebody, and it takes you fucking 30 years to collect a nickel from it.
That's what I told my mom. I said, even if the jury comes back with a verdict that's above the settlement amount, they're going to appeal it, and we'll be for the next 5 years
in appeals courts.
In appeals courts, on top of the 3 years it took to even get to a trial.
Right.
I think
I'm glad it worked out.
We just need to bring back hangings and stuff like that, just like public executions and like instant satisfaction type, trials. Like we just need to go back to the old days.
I'll say this: there's no real settlement money to engage in the situation you were in, but However, like you said, something is better than nothing in that situation.
Yeah, that's exactly how I thought. Totally.
Yeah, I mean, there is no such thing. But like we said, if it covers a lot of things, covers a loss of potential, what would have been income revenue, and helps settle a lot of other matters in your life, and it feels right, then yeah, you take the damn settlement and not drag it out longer and longer. And because even the going to a trial period with a jury, that could have been another couple years.
Yeah, and
Because selecting the jury, everyone would argue, no, we don't want that juror, we don't want that juror, blah 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 blah. Just that selection alone could have taken a while.
yeah, and I could tell during the trial, you could tell which jurors are on your side, and you can tell which jurors aren't. And rolling the dice like that, when you've got an insurance company willing to pay a substantial amount of money, is but getting your client, in this case my mother, to agree to that, boy, I got some gray hair now. But you know what I want to do is I want to go on a cruise somewhere in the Caribbean, and I want to sit on the beach, and I just want to drink some fine drinks and relax. Because what I will tell anybody out there who wants to become a lawyer, you better know what it entails, because it is very, very stressful life.
As well as what it's like to go on a cruise, especially if another pandemic hits and you're stuck on that cruise boat for like 5 weeks.
My luck, the fucking cruise will sink. It'll hit an iceberg.
Or the Bermuda Triangle. You'll
No
just be stuck
disrespect.
there forever.
Oh yeah, then
You're going to hit one of those famous Caribbean icebergs
yeah.
out there.
Well, have somebody come to me and say, "Hi, I've always wanted to meet you. My name is John. Who are you? My name's Adam. John, what do you do? I'm a serial killer." Oh, great. And that's the end of me.
Yeah, well, this is gonna be a great trip.
I'm a serial killer, and you know who you are? You're number 7. Oh
Yeah. Yeah, one of my duck follower friends is she's a lawyer, and she just got done doing a big case, and she was like, "That's it, I'm out. I'm going to the island." She went to Hawaii for 10 days. She's like, "I'm out of here. I need a break."
Yeah, it's funny because after that trial, I got offered a job at one of the big firms here in New Jersey, and I just said, you know what? I'm gonna have to say no, because I just, at my age, no more.
You got to be cutthroat for that, like corporate shit too. You have to be like
Yeah.
absolute cutthroat. And I'm like, I don't want that type of stress in my life.
Yeah,
I was looking into going into law school when I was in college. I was doing LSAT prep and everything, and I think I would have done pretty well, gotten into a decent law school. And then I realized like what lawyers do, especially like when you're a young attorney, and I'm like, that sounds absolutely fucking horrible. I don't know why.
So true.
None of this. I realized, none of this appeals to me at all.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, my brother is an attorney. My brother was in law school at the time while I was in college, and yeah, basically he was working his fucking ass off through.
Yeah, you're absolutely.
law school.
You're
Adam, you should come out to Eugene for the USC game next week.
I wish I could, but I'll be in Atlanta, and then on December 9th, I think it is, I'm going to Palm Springs for my fraternity reunion. So I don't like flying too much, so I try to keep them as limited as possible. Plus, I've got to get back to Atlanta, and I'm going to be moving back to New Jersey, so I got to start getting my stuff together. But I will eventually make it to Eugene, because Oregon is a beautiful state that I've never had the opportunity to see. I've gotten as close as Seattle, but never been to Oregon.
Well, just stay out of Portland.
Yeah.
Portland is having issues.
Obviously, Portland's had issues for decades.
It seems like such a political city, and it's like, I don't know about you guys, but I have friends who are conservative, liberal. We all get along. What's with all this extremism, man? I mean, it's crazy shit.
All the people, Holcomb's not here still. Holcomb's not here, but Years ago, when I first got into, well, not after, when I first got into Texas, when I got in the military, I was still in Texas. I moved up to Fort Worth, and I was getting a haircut one day. I remember, and some people were like, the woman cutting my hair was like, it was in Fort Worth. She was like, "Oh, where are you from?" I was like, "Oh, I'm from Oregon originally, but been in Texas for a few years." She's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, my it was like her nephew and their couple cousins or whatever went literally on like a van ride up to Portland, and about 3 weeks later called and was like, "We're not coming back." Basically, they went from Austin. At that point, they were going from Austin to Portland and just took the fuck hippie shit completely up. Portland was already fucking kind of hippie, a little weird in areas. They had their like urban kind of there. They just transplanted up there and just made it fucking worse.
Yeah,
Essentially.
Yep.
Legitimately, that's a story that was told.
Well, I feel like in those certain parts of the city in Portland, 80% of the people there are not from Portland.
Yeah, no, I would say you're correct. Probably about 65-70% of the people there are probably full transplants from elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's why to buy a house, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,800 square foot house, like in the downtown area, around that area, costs about $300,000 to $350,000, and it's still a shag carpeting on the walls. Because it's so fucking overpriced and no one's remodeled since the 60s to 70s. Literally, go look on Zillow and you will still find places with shag carpeting on the fucking walls.
Really?
I
swear to God.
I thought you were going to say something like $1 million or something. 300,000. I mean,
it's probably more now. This was about 8 years ago when I looked, and it was 350 about.
Try about 700,000 now for a house.
Yeah, okay,
like
that's fine. I was going to say probably now 500 plus, probably now.
I'm like that same setup would cost about that much in Grand Rapids too.
Well, I live I'm about 20 minutes from New York City, and let me tell you, you cannot rent an apartment in New York City. You can rent a 400 square foot studio for about $4,000 a month. And now Mamdani is coming in, which is going to be.
Yeah. New York, you are fucked. Absolutely fucked. Although he did back off most of the policies he was going to do. He was all of a sudden like, cheaper grocery stores, not city or government-run grocery stores, cheaper grocery stores. So he subtly backed off of everything that he.
No, that's a total lie that you're saying right there. He never said that they were going to have like free groceries. He
never said free. He said government/city run, operated, not free. But now he just said cheaper. So he kind of already backed off the language he was using before, which is a little deceptive.
But he's not he hasn't backed off that policy proposal. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad, but he has not retracted.
It's a little deceptive, the word he's using, but yeah, New York is fucked. It's fucked.
I'd love to ask Mandami. So think about it theoretically. Let's imagine that all grocery stores were government run. So therefore, you didn't have price competition. Do you think the government would choose to make them cheaper or more expensive? I'm just saying. That's the problem.
The government does make some things cheaper somehow. I mean, if you get insurance subsidized through the government, like that's cheaper than private insurance.
It can. It's just when your policy is running off of price gouging, which in the grocery industry generally really doesn't exist. As they say, most grocery stores run on like a 1 to 1.5% profit margin. Like it's very small. When you go into like a place like New York and you go, why are groceries so expensive? Look at your taxation of every truck has to pay tolls, in, out, exhaust emissions, fuel taxes, all the food tax, sales taxes, all the other regulatory shit that goes in the city that people don't think about. That's why shit's expensive. It's not because the groceries are expensive. It's all the other shit. And he's not going to remove any of that. Probably,
I guess my question is, what incentive does the government have to make things cheaper when they're owning and operating these things. I would think their incentive would.
I'll tell you this. Like, what costs more? Does it cost more to send a package through UPS or Amazon, or does it cost more to send it through the post office? It costs more to send it through
Amazon. UPS and Amazon.
Yeah, it's more expensive because they don't have these massive overheads and they don't have these profit margins to try to hit.
That's true, but so
they're not trying to make money. That's where they can do this because the government can provide the service where they're not trying to gain a profit. The private industry is always trying to gain some profit off it. Otherwise, they'll fail. They won't work.
My question if
they're not trying to get, but that's why I say, like even Jason saying, there's not much of a margin profit even in the private sector. It's all the other things though that make the shit expensive. It's not the stores itself. It's all the other regulatory taxes of the city and area. That
if we had government-run healthcare, wouldn't that mean that it would be paid for with higher taxes? I mean, I guess my point is the cost may not be. It may be cheaper to buy healthcare, but wouldn't it be more expensive because your taxes would go up astronomically to afford?
But how much is it, and how much is in New York in debt already? How much money is in New York in debt already?
The average American spends more on healthcare than the average person in countries with government subsidized healthcare.
That's true. So I guess my argument would be you're spending less on healthcare, but your taxes are still going up, so you're not really saving any money, right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you're saying, it's not like we're saying, hey, it's completely free. You're not paying for it in any way. That's like saying roads are free.
Oh yeah, no, and that's why I said I never said that stuff was free. It was controlled. They call it controlled pricing, basically. I think is what they're saying.
Yeah, and basically, I think the main point of those city-run government stores was to make sure that there are still grocery stores available because a lot of times, a lot of these places are just food deserts in these highly urbanized areas. There's nowhere close to.
That's a good point.
If you look historically, food desert places, the reason those stores and even privately or nonprofit run stores in the same type of essence go bankrupt or leave is because still the same thing. Theft. They still go back. Look at Kansas City or Missouri City, Kansas, one or the other. I get them fucking mixed up because both those states are fucked. Anyways, they have the same thing. They brought in a nonprofit over like 10 years or something like that, trying to do it through a nonprofit or for-profit, city funded, and it's empty.
And Jason O is 100% correct when he's talking about these grocery stores. There may be some in the South Bronx, but there's not going to be any in the West Village. And so you're going to have government-run grocery stores in neighborhoods that are historically poor. So where's the government going to get the money to be able to operate those on a sustainable basis? You're going to have to raise taxes, and not just on the wealthy. You're going to have to raise taxes across the board.
Yeah. That's what people don't understand. They're like, oh, we're going to do this, this, and this. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Tax money is everyone pays for this. Everyone, no matter what. It's just that's the reality of taxes, no matter what. That's just kind of how it is. I mean, that's the world we live in.
Ideally, I wish, socialism sounds wonderful. In theory, and I think everybody would say we wish everyone could have health care and food and everything. But I think in the implementation of it is problematic.
Well, it's never worked on large scales.
I mean, I think there's too much boogeyman associations with the words like capitalism, socialism. No country on earth has no socialism.
Right.
Like, literally.
There's policy. There are policies. There are some policies and stuff like that involved that you can call like all the welfare programs we have. That technically is kind of like a socialist policy. People are available for programs and assistance. That's kind of like a socialist. That's like a mild manner of it. But when you start talking about like socialism as a whole, yeah, of course, then it's like, Jesus Christ. But there are all policies taken from different things, different types of political stances. And
Well, Jason O says that Mandami says it will cost $60 million, and which is nothing. So hey, I'm fine. Give it a shot. See how it goes.
I'm just saying on a large scale, this type of stuff he's talking about and the stores like this generally have never worked.
Yeah, and I think
Well, I mean, I would say like the Nordic countries, like Sweden and Norway and stuff. Their policies, their economic system is something roughly what we would call socialist. It's bordering. It's significantly more egalitarian, significantly more left wing than we have here, and they do have some problems, but in general, those countries function.
Also, what's the population of them compared to us?
Okay, so Sweden, it's much smaller.
Exactly. I think that's the other one of the key issues. If you go, hey, we're going to do this, and you're trying to switch over 350, just say 350 million, 360, whatever, and now compared to what they have, and they've been running it for a long time. If we try to do it, it would take decades.
I think also
without a collapse. Decades at least.
The Nordic countries have some of the highest rates of mental health issues in the world. But also, I think there's another thing. It's kind of like when a country founds itself on a certain system, it doesn't seem that controversial because it's what always was. It's different, like the United States that was always capitalist. To make that kind of transition, I think would be...
Yeah, so, I mean, there's always going to be pain right away. Remember when the Soviet Union broke apart and all of the states of the Soviet Union, namely Russia, were encouraged to abandon their command economy principles and just open up all these markets and stuff. For the next about 20 years, life for the average Russian got significantly worse.
Right.
And I mean, you had this massively corrupt oligarchical system where all the capital, all the funds just seemed to really to go to just a few people just handing out, and it was rough. It was a transition. Now I think in the long term it was worth it for Russia to break away from their Soviet practices. I think they're better off for it in the long run, but there was a lot of pain involved.
I also think you have to think when another country does these types of transitions, even like Russia, the former Soviet Union, when they do that, who steps in and helps?
Yeah.
Who steps in and helps? The U.S. I say the UN, but the UN is funded by the U.S., so it's basically the U.S. Helping that transition. What if the U.S. goes through that same type of thing and has a collapse during the transition to like a socialist system? No one else is going to give a fuck because the U.S. is funding all the other shit anyways. So that is also another huge risk factor you take in the sense of the pain of transitioning a program or a system, like you say, capitalism to a social. That is why with this amount of people, that is a huge...
I also think you have to look at, and people don't like to talk about this, but you also have to look at culture. And I think one of the things that has been destructive to American society has been the breakdown of two-parent families. And I'm not saying necessarily mom and a dad. I mean, fine, you can have same-sex couples, but the breakdown of two-parent families has been very detrimental.
Yeah, don't you disrespect Sam and I and our cats.
Hey, I love cats. I have 5 of them. One of them is named Fidel.
God. One of ours is Castro. I'm kidding. That'd be funny, though.
Yeah, you have, is another one named Hugo? Another one.
And then Chavez.
No, but it should have been. What a great man. I have...
Can I show you my cats? Fidel, Hugo, Che.
Vladimir, Kim Jong. I left out the un. I didn't like that part.
Yeah.
I have to go because I'm an old man and I have to get my rest.
Also, his parole officer just texted him, was like, I see you're online again. What
It's
did I
like,
tell
you're
you about
violating
this?
paragraph 6 of our agreement. We're going to put you back in. And I thought to myself, you know what? That might not be a bad idea. At least I get free.
Well, actually, that's what this is actually what he's wearing right here. This is
Breaking-
actually not just an ankle monitor. This is the shot collar he has. So the parole officer can just be like, go to sleep. Go
There
to
you
sleep.
go.
Spaz has breaking news.
Oh god.
And I have breaking news. Shutdown is over.
Whoa.
Who caved?
They agreed. It just 2 minutes ago.
Just to the CRS, the clear resolution.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the continuing resolution.
Yeah, the clean resolution or whatever. The
With
continuing
temporary
resolution or whatever.
funding, like
So
temporary.
the 21st it was, I think. I think that's when it was. They may have extended it, but I think that's what it was supposed to go to, the first, November 21st or something.
There's still a decent chance we'll face another shutdown here in the near future. But
Well, all the EBT mamas can get back on the EBT food train at Walmart.
Adam's cats have regular.
That just got us canceled. That just got this channel fucking canceled.
I already got mine and spent them, so fuck them.
You guys are the best. Listen, I love being on your show. Thank you for inviting me. I'm going to go to sleep right now and probably have some crazy nightmare. But hey, and I always have the same nightmare. It's me like on top of some large building falling off. And then I wake up before I hit the ground. Let's hope it's the same result this time.
It's terrifying.
Just don't land on the ground.
Yeah. I wake up and I think, oh, thank God. But one of these days, Meredith, that was the name of my ex-girlfriend from like 2000, 2005. She lives in the Murray Hill area of New York City. Meredith.
Was she a bitch? Was she a bitch?
She was very, very, very nice, and we're still friends. But if I was her,
wasn't that the song from like 2002 or whatever, from whatever that bitch named Meredith or whatever something, and she was like, "I'm a bitch."
That was earlier than that. That was 98.
Maybe it was.
It was circa 1988. But thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Always great seeing you.
Yeah, you have a good night.
Good luck to
Adam.
Rutgers. Good luck to Rutgers.
Thanks. We need it.
Oh shit! Are we still a football show? Or?
No, the show crashed a half an hour ago.
I was about to say, I don't know what we were doing. We went into, I mean, we were talking about OJ and murder, and then I came back. You guys were like, we finished all the games, and we started talking about trials and fucking socialism. And there are still people watching this show. I really don't know why. But there are still people who are watching. Oh God. So, I was like, well, what are you listening to? I was like, he's listening to like radio highlights of.
Yeah, I was listening to the Call of the Game by Jerry Allen.
Is that what you do with your spare time, Spaz? Will be like the middle of May, and you'll just pull up, radio calls.
Adam or Dave, I don't even know how.
Spaz can't. You didn't even know who he's talking to. He's like, Dave, Adam. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like literally, we were all over the place.
Yeah, this was just not a good week for college football. It was just.
It was.
There really wasn't.
There was some all right stuff going on this week, but it seemed like a snooze fest.
I will say the night session this week was one of the worst I've ever seen.
It was dreadful.
Selection of night games. All the good games were at 12 or 3:30. It was.
I'll agree with that.
It was horrendous. What we should talk about. We should talk about next week a little bit, right?
me see. Next week. Well, of course, starting Tuesday night, we have Kent at Akron.
Nobody cares.
Wednesday, we got Northern Illinois at UMass.
Did you say nobody cares about Kent State, Akron?
I know.
Yeah.
He's such a fucking dick, isn't he?
I dare you to go into northeastern Ohio and bring that, and everyone would probably agree with you. Yeah, no one cares about Kent State and Akron.
No, Tony. No one's watching Hawaii.
Nobody's watching Hawaii.
2 a.m. I lived in Hawaii for a while. Do you know how awful that was? I didn't even watch college football when I was in Hawaii. It was so awful of time zone to try to watch football games. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
fuck.
Lord. Let's see. Well, let's see. This week, Friday, no one gives a shit about Clemson and Louisville, especially since Louisville lost to Cal. Minnesota at Oregon. Oh, God. Spaz, have you seen the line yet for Minnesota at Oregon?
No.
Minus 24.5 Oregon.
Oh, my God. I got 23.5, so it must have went up.
Well, yeah, I just refreshed it now. It could be a different ESPN bet compared to other ones, but minus 24, basically. Let's call it that. No one likes Minnesota.
The 2-8 Beavers at 2-7 Tulsa. Beavers are 1.5 point favorites.
How? They just lost at home as a 20.5 point favorite to winless Sam Houston. How? How?
Tulsa is one of the worst.
So was Sam Houston.
Tulsa.
They're saying the only other team that's probably worse than Sam Houston was UMass.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Let's see what we got. Wisconsin, Indiana, South Carolina, A&M, Notre Dame, Pittsburgh. That one could actually turn out to be a little interesting for a while.
And both teams are 7-2. That's at Pitt too.
That's probably really the only remaining landmine Notre Dame has left too. So
Yeah, that's what I was like.
get through that one. Notre Dame gets through that one. Like they should be clear to the playoffs.
Yeah. Arizona, Cincinnati. Arizona's just doing what they're doing this season. They're
Oklahoma at Alabama.
yeah.
I think Michigan, Northwestern at Wrigley. That could be an interesting game. Northwestern showing some life. Michigan against some of the weaker teams on their schedule has looked very.
Did you guys see? Did you guys see the post game conference with Bill O'Brien in Boston College yesterday?
I did not.
No.
Some media guy. I don't know what he said something about the fans and, what are the fans thinking of? And Bill O'Brien's like, yeah, I about had it with you, basically. He's like, you come in here like once a month and you ask the most stupidest questions in the world. And he just goes off on this media guy. It was just hilarious.
Yeah,
we're fine. I'll tell the fans we're fine. This team is okay. We're gonna be better. And he's just like, yeah, it was hilarious.
Another sneaky good one on Saturday, and I know a lot of people are not looking at this like they care. I don't know why this line for Virginia at Duke is Duke favored by 6.5 when Duke just lost to UConn. I don't get that line, but not that one. I was looking at the next game. NC State and Miami. Remember, NC State took out Georgia Tech, if I'm not mistaken, right? Was it NC State that took out Georgia? Yeah, NC State beat Georgia Tech.
But that was at NC State.
I know, but this is Miami. All the fans have given up on the year already, so there's no one going to be at the stadium anyways.
Yeah, they've lost twice.
So, I mean, the point is,
Miami's only got one conference loss. That's
I know, but they have 2 losses. They're pretty much out of the playoff. We know this. They got left out last year after 2 losses. Remember?
They if they can win the ACC, they're not out of the playoffs.
They have never won the ACC. They're not winning the fucking ACC. But that's a sneaky one. Of course, Iowa at USC. That's going to be an interesting game. I am looking forward to that. And it's a midday game, so it's not a late game for Iowa or anything. It's a midday game. So it's right in Iowa's wheelhouse. That's an interesting one. What else we got here?
Florida, Mississippi.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
Mississippi's a 16.5. Ole Miss is a 16.5 point favorite.
Yep. Lane Kiffin possibly coaching against his future team.
Of course, of course, then you've got Texas, Georgia. That is going to say a lot. Georgia's a 6.5 point favorite right now, at least on the line. And Georgia looked offensively really good this last weekend. I will give them that against Mississippi State, which is Mississippi State, but Mississippi State has been a lot better defensively this year. They've been actually really impressive. So for Georgia to put it like 41, I believe it was against Mississippi. My fucking God, today I cannot say simple things. Mississippi State, that fucking state, was impressive. That's about it.
UCLA and Ohio State.
That's not interesting.
Yeah, but Buckeyes finally have a night game.
Yeah, 4:30 on NBC.
Pacific. Yeah, 4:30 Pacific, yeah.
So yeah, it's a night game.
Minus 31.5 points favorite.
Yeesh.
Yeah. UCLA almost made that interesting last night.
Don't lose that game.
Don't lose it. Oh.
Yeah, it's if you lost that one, oh my God, you will get your stat line put up on the screen next week, just like Oregon State as a 20.5 point favorite at home did this week.
If you guys lose a 5th year in a row, people are asking, does the fan base turn on Ryan Day?
Well, some will.
Does the administration turn on him? And I'm like, I don't think so. He just won a title last year. But yet, would the alumni be like, this is 5 years in a row, this is unacceptable regardless of?
I don't know. It's unthinkable to me right now that Michigan's going to win that game. Just looking at how these two teams have performed, I don't know. I'll be just eager. I'm not even going to be happy when they win. It'll just be relief. Just relief. Just Michigan is not that good this year. I mean, they're not bad, but
they're better than last year's team, though.
Yeah, they are. But
they are. But again, true freshman quarterback.
That was a 1 in a million upset.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see after this year.
I mean, I don't know. It's a weird, stupid game last year, but no, I don't think they have much to worry about against Michigan, and even if they were to lose that game, job is not in jeopardy.
No, you just win. Well, I would say you would just win a natty, but then again, ask Gene Chizik that too. But he lasted at least a year and a half after his national title.
Yeah, but his team was like 2-7 or something when he got.
Well, and Ed Ogeron lasted about a year and a half too.
Yeah, the same thing though. Their teams fell apart. They sucked. It wasn't because they weren't beating one specific opponent. It's because
right.
They broke apart.
He's just making excuses for Ryan Day. Stop being on Ryan Day's payroll secretly as promoting him as a good coach. Shut up. Stop it.
Yeah. It's a real hard, real difficult propaganda effort there. I mean, he's won what, like 90% of his games as a coach, and
See right there. He just racked up another $10 check, Cash App deposit from Ryan Day, direct account. Like, thank you, sir. Cha-ching.
yeah, absolutely.
You can tell Ryan
Yeah.
Day that you can tell Ryan Day direct deposit our Cash App, and I will promote him as a good coach every day I can.
He was a coach that couldn't win any big games, remember? And then he just made the playoffs as a bitch.
Yeah.
He just violently assaulted 4 teams. Violated 4.
Oh fuck.
He was having a good old time.
Now, how was he using the credit cards with the wives? Was he sliding at someone?
Yeah.
I wish I had that one clip from. I know a lot of people on here could be like, "What?" I wish I had the one clip from Will and Grace where it was like he's sliding through the boobs and it's like declined, turns around right through the ass crack, like approved.
Fuck.
Approved. Yeah, this weekend's a little boring. There are a few good games though. There are a few good ones. But we're at that point of the season where we're starting to die down before rivalry week comes up.
Mhm.
And it's
well, the week after next is the one when all the SEC teams just have their scrimmages.
yeah, and then like Oregon hosts USC and Ohio State on that week.
Rutgers.
Rutgers. Yeah, Rutgers. It's gonna be a mixed bag that week too, I think.
Yeah.
Oregon, USC. As for Oregon fans, we always look forward to playing USC because that's just a old Pac-12. It was a changing of the guard of the conference where USC just started sucking and Oregon started dominating, and so USC has always been bitter. And they didn't want us to join the Big Ten, of course, so they were like really pissed off then.
Could you imagine right now if it was just whatever would have been like the Pac-10 just survived the Pac just that conference minus USC and UCLA? You guys would absolutely run that league.
Well, that last year was I would argue, Spaz, you can disagree with this if you want or agree. It doesn't matter. Because most people said the last year of the Pac-12 was probably one of the best years of the Pac-12 in the sense of competitiveness across the board and out of conference too, not just within the league, but even out of conference was one of the best years. And everyone was like, really? Now you want to do this? The year before you die? Basically. Like, now you want to do this?
Yeah, went out with a bang.
Pretty much. I mean, that's literally what it was. Jason, I don't know. The Arizona schools would have been cool. I thought they should have just grabbed. I really thought they should have grabbed. I thought the Big Ten was going to grab Stanford and maybe Cal, or Washington State, Oregon State, and keep the whole Pacific Northwest. The Arizona schools really didn't. They don't seem to mesh as well. At least Pacific Northwest is like northern schools. So I don't know. That's a.
The Arizona schools would have been a lot more attractive to the Big Ten than the Northwest schools. Arizona State's got one of the largest.
It has the large. I think it. Well, yeah, it's one or two with UCF at like online school, especially alumnus.
Yeah, it's I mean, get into a gigantic metro area like Phoenix, that would have been enormous for them.
Yeah, but money power. It was definitely going to be Oregon and Washington.
both of those schools would have had big issues academically. Well, Arizona not as much. Arizona State definitely would have had.
Oh yeah, Arizona State a few too many negative lines. Like, hey, we're missing some stuff here. Sorry, man. All right.
Yeah, I was really pissed. Last year I went to when I went to Tempe, it was on the spring break week. Oh man, that's not the good week to go there.
All right. Well, any other major news stuff we need to talk about? Their Gold Digger and Sucks at Technology.
No,
Spaz hasn't even noticed he sucks so much that I changed his name like an hour ago.
yeah.
See, that's just oblivious. Yeah. He is lost over here.
Let's wrap it. Let's wrap this baby up. Come on.
Wrap it up.
I don't like to do that.
Well, then let's raw dog it and just press the button and be done with it.
Just like that.
Really?
Especially you focus for like 30 fucking seconds.
What? I'm looking at shit.
You're like,
We're trying to end the show here. So,
Yeah.
we're on a live stream for fuck's sake over here. And you're all fucking around over here. All right. Then, Sean, where can people find you if they want to stalk you online? Because I only have your X account, which is now posted in the chat again.
Spankingoff.com.
yeah, that's probably the best place to look me up there. Post on other sites occasionally, not all that often. Yeah, so you can find me there.
You sell content?
What is it?
Do you sell content?
Oh, my.
I'm sure, I'm sure my my views on my page are sold to somebody somehow. No, but I don't receive any profits from any of my social media activity. I just get paid the big bucks to show up here.
Yeah.
Cracking off. So, yep, look me up there on the tweet machine if you so care. See, other than that, ever in the Grand Rapids, Michigan area, hang out downtown, look me up. We can grab a beer or two together. Other than that, I'm here every week.
No, it's a Biden nap, sir. Get it right.
A what? A Biden nap?
He called it Bidenitis in the chat. Tony did. Bidenitis.
Yeah. You look up ADD and it's a picture of me. I'll agree with that.
I did find it hilarious that Trump was falling asleep in his own conference about health.
I don't have to listen to that shit. I'd fall asleep too.
Oh, I do have something.
Oh, God. What now?
If you go to TikTok, Quacking Off on TikTok, I've posted some new content tonight.
Oh,
shit. Well, it was good timing there. I had it ready to go.
awesome.
That's right. And I believe I shared them to our Quacking Off Twitter page as well.
Fantastic. Spaz is doing fucking work in the background. Oh, everyone.
Getting there. I'm getting there.
I haven't been on our Twitter actually in a few days, so my bad.
We have our TikTok up to like 15 followers.
Nice. Hey, you know what? It's all good. It's all good and all good. I have to remind Spaz every day. Look, we just started this channel. We're not doing too bad. If by the end of the season we're over 100 subscribers, naturally and generically from just talking to Oregon football, national football, and talking to the teams, fan bases and stuff. hey, in one season, if we're doing that and we're getting the views that we're looking at, I'm happy. That's organic. That's just how you build.
Hey, we're
It
at
takes time.
75.
Yeah, it takes.
We're
it
at
takes
75.
Time. I know. I'm just saying it takes time. So
That's pretty good.
I'm more than happy with that.
You've
More
only
than happy
been
with
going
that.
what, 2 months?
Yeah, I'm more than happy with that. That's good. That's good. There's you look at some people that do 4 videos a day of generic bullshit, whatever, like reaction stuff. They don't get anything. So I'm happy with the results, and we're going to be here all year round as much as possible with maybe schedule changes. I'll figure out tomorrow a little bit of scheduling stuff. So Tuesday night Spaz, I'll let you know if the show is going to be on the normal time, as well as Friday, because I should have a schedule on my end. So we'll roll with that. Same with
Well,
Monday
and
night.
Friday, we might have to move it to Saturday because if you have to work and shit, and
It's going to be a fucking late night on my end. It's going to be like midnight almost.
and I might be at. Chances are I'm going to that game.
Okay, well, no, that works. You let me know what we do, and same as tomorrow night on
If my donator working all their extra overtime is able to donate to my cause, then yeah, I will be.
You're such a slut without giving up anything.
Yeah, well,
and tomorrow night on the Exploring the Sam channel, we should be live. But if we're not, it's just because of maybe I'm working at like 5:30 in the morning the next day, where I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna.
we could start it, and if you need to go, you can go, and I'll close it.
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna figure it out. I'll probably set it in the morning at some point.
Yeah,
or
just let me know.
midday. Yeah, I'll let you guys know. So Sean, everyone here again, find Sean in the link in the chat here. You can follow Spaz and I on Twitter at the Quacking Off College Football on X. You can follow us right here on Quacking Off, talking all things Oregon, and every Sunday night, talking national football, where we shit on your teams because they lose and they suck ass. And then you can talk politics and about O.J. Simpson and other shit with us and socialism, because we went on an hour rant there.
About an hour and a half in, this show just went complete upside down,
Off the rails.
off the rails.
And there was no saving it at that point almost.
You
And
know what?
absolutely nobody stopped watching either. That's the funny thing.
That's
Yeah.
why I was like, there's still people watching. I was like, okay.
Fuck, we're back
let it
up to
roll.
8. We had down to 5. Now we're back up to 8 again.
Yeah, I was like, let it, and even that number's not completely accurate. Flip flops a lot. So I was like, let it roll. Fuck it. Let's do it. Well then I guess Sean, I think I gave you the honor last week. Spaz, do you want the honor this week on the outro?
Yeah, sure.
It's like 5 words.
Yes.
I mean, I'll click it. You just have to say the word.
I think it is-
Emotional damage.
That is not the right video. That is not the right video. Not at all.
Play that, Pop Tart.
Did he really just say this?
Yeah,
He said, "Hey, Pop Tart."
I said play us out, Pop Tart.
That's Pop Tart. Play us out.
Pop Tart, play us out.
Fucking god damn it. Oh yeah. Okay, that brought me back to a happy place.
Ben likes his ass slapped.
Hey, that back door's got a fucking nice little shape there. I'm not gonna lie.
You want the Pop Tart, we know.
He's plump too.